what's up everyone? Alright, for a while now I've been thinking about, sort of on the side of doing an open world survival type deal with UT4, and overall the idea of it would be just like having a giant open world, kind of like the one we're looking at right now, which this engine is really sick at being able to pull off. Like, I grabbed this map off of one of the examples. This was the hang glider thing, and I've currently retooled it and set it up to work with Unreal Tournament 4. So this is a blank canvas, pretty much, to be used for any kind of open world stuff that I decide to do. And I'll start moving forward so that you can see that this is actually not just a picture of Skyrim or something. Actually, it looks better than Skyrim from above. Honestly, this is really... I didn't do very much to get this, and this can totally be used for what I need. So I'm already kind of like, okay, we got like a decent idea here. The gameplay scripting itself isn't really going to be all that crazy. The hardest part is that I will have to have some kind of cooperation with other people, which can be easily set up to bring back all of the old creatures from the original Unreal, and maybe later Unreals. So you got your Titans, your Scar, your Crawls, your Gas Bags, your Nolly Cows, your all, all that shit. Just bring it all back. Just put it in this environment, and there you go. So I'm working on another mod right now, Arena Capture the Flag, which is actually right now, Arena Capture the Flag is in really, really amazing condition. For a mod that's been in production for like 3 weeks, totally playable, buying menu system, like, so I've been kind of torn, honestly, about whether or not I should I should continue putting all of my effort into Arena Capture the Flag, or if I should maybe kind of pull the trigger on one of two possible game modes that I can do in this open world environment. One of them would be Battle Royale, and the other would just be fucking straight up sandbox survival, Unreal 1 universe. Kind of, you start off, you don't even have a gun, you might find like a rusty rocket launcher that needs crafting to improve it. That's totally doable. Not only that, it's doable in such a way where it even saves your progress, like on the server. It's actually possible to do that easily right now. Of course, there's going to be a lot of stuff, like a lot of user interface work that needs to be done in order for you to fully do everything. Like trading items with other players, an inventory system. But what I have in mind is a very, very baseline, simple inventory system. And, I can even do hunger and thirst and maybe some kind of exhaustion mechanic. Or so the thing is that no matter how you slice it, going a full survival mode version of this would be a pretty big undertaking, and it would probably bite into my work on Arena Capture the Flag. Arena Capture the Flag is very hardcore. It melds, CTF from Unreal Tournament 4 into CS:GO style gameplay, and it alone could probably end up being something that's pretty popular. Only thing is that I say that, but in reality, nobody's playing it. Like, I've talked about it a little bit, but people aren't really joining the server so that they can play it. It's not really bringing in anybody that's interested in that style of play. I think it was described to me by Cafe yesterday was that Unreal Tournament doesn't have a problem as far as a hardcore competitive side. That's not the problem that the game has. It's bringing in new players. It's it's getting people. Yay! All right, well that's going to be in the video. I'm getting blown up on Steam. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I was just getting blown up on Steam. So, so I just had to close Steam real quick. Anyway, I was just saying that it's not really bringing in new players. It's not. What I would really love to see right now, just for personal, is to like have a mod, have my own server up, a mod that I created, and like there's people playing it. That'd be really cool. It's probably not much to ask. I have a feeling that, I mean, I always want to do either like a super hardcore mod or open worlds type survival. So I don't know. I mean, the open world survival immediately gets a lot of attention, but I also realize that's also a really bad reason to work on something. If you're working on something for fun, only work on something that you want to play. It just so happens that I do absolutely enjoy open world survival games, especially if I can call all the shots, be the one totally in charge and making everything happen. But I mean that to me is like super awesome and would be, and it's totally possible right now. Like this new system just turns this into a total joke. It's actually, I'm looking at like these beautiful mountains, and this is actually a really huge fucking map. I'm flying up above. It may actually look a little smaller than it really is. So I have two different variations of this mode that I can work on. And one is Battle Royale, straight up, sort of like a, I guess in this particular case, I'll show you a little bit of an example. Fly all the way over to a fort that I created. So the way Battle Royale typically works is you have a very large number of players that all spawn in a large open world. People grab guns, and the playing space continually shrinks until there's only one person left alive. I can do that, and it's fairly straightforward. It takes like an hour for the game mode to like progress, or one person is left alive, and I believe Unreal Tournament can, right now, the netcode can handle maybe 32 players. So like 32 players in this giant, massive open place. So I build these forts. So there are these places. I don't have any interiors, but basically build them sort of like little mini Unreal Tournament maps, where you have your sort of gameplay, jump pads and lifts and guns placed and stuff like that. I might not even place the guns for this for Battle Royale. You just start off. Everybody starts with everything, full gear, everything, which would be really easy to do. And the playing space could center around one of many of these. So basically, I'm thinking I build about 5 larger ones of this size, and then maybe 4 to 6 sprinkled around smaller huts and things like that, and then also just kind of go around and touch up the terrain and work on it so that it facilitates Unreal Tournament style combat really well, and add extra stuff, maybe more roads. Right now there were a bunch of bridges that looked a little bit too much like something you would see. This is supposed to be Planet Nali, At least that's what I'm envisioning. Is like, this is not Earth. It looks pretty earthy, but it's not really supposed to be Earth. So what the game mode will do is it picks one of 5 of these big forts, one of them, and it places the central point for Battle Royale, and everybody just spawns all over around the outer edges, and the playing space continually shrinks to one of 5 forts that are in the environment until there's only one person left alive. And when you die, the only thing you can do at that point is go and, spectate. So, like, you have 1 life until the game mode concludes. And that's how Battle Royale works. I'm thinking like the H1Z1 style Battle Royale. Big, open map, lots of players, as many as the engine can handle or the server can handle. And the game space just continually shrinks until there's only 1 person. Okay, I think I repeated myself like 4 times. Sorry about that. The other version of this, which would be a much larger undertaking, which I could actually do the Battle Royale thing first, is you literally just spawn in the world. And you have no guns, you have no like resources, and you can like gather like ore or like loot and stuff like that. So like you wouldn't even start off with a gun. You wouldn't have this HUD. You have a backpack when you press tab or something like that, and you can access like what items that you found, and there's like loot kind of just randomly dispersed all over the world. And you might find like an old beat up enforcer in a case that's sitting like randomly spawned over here. And what you do is you build up resources, and you can take it to one of these forts, one of these big forts, and you can take over the fort. And then having that fort for a while increases, causes like waves of enemies to attack it and things like that. And that's pretty much what the game mode would end up being. It's sort of this open world survival, thirst, hunger, sleep kind of thing, combined with eventually getting enough resources to take over a fort, and then deal with the gameplay that ensues as a result of that, which is basically waves of enemies and things of that nature. So there you can see that fort over there. I only built like 1 example fort so far. It shouldn't take too long to shell out another 5 of these. I'm still thinking about stuff, and there's a lot of other problems too, like these things don't have collision. I'll have to figure out, like, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get collision on these because they're all one giant model, but it's definitely doable. And there's also, floating rocks, shit like that. So the environment definitely needs some attention. But for what it is and the amount of attention it's going to need, this is like, this is too easy almost. Yep. Basically, the way to interact with the world is I'll have a type of gun that doesn't have a model or anything like that, and when you press left mouse, it interacts with stuff. So basically that's what it does. It just draws out a trace to interact with objects and other players and stuff like that. So you can walk up to a tree, and unless you have like a pickaxe in your inventory, it won't, or a hatchet in your inventory, you won't be able to get wood from it. And that's pretty much it. Like, so first thing first, I'm still on the edge of doing it. I'm just talking about it out loud. I'm still thinking about the limitations. I'm still going over what would be needed, but man, this just seems so like it could be so fucking cool, and it can work. I mean, really easily. At the center of every fort would be like a little box or something like that. You walk up to and you interact with it, and the box determines like what the status of the fort is. So like, you know, what factions currently have it, like what team has it, what, you know, do the Scar own it, do the Nali own it, do the Crawls own it, stuff like that. Man. No, so I'll probably have some videos of me building out the rest of the shells for this, and kind of want to hear opinions. Want to hear, like, is this something that you guys would be interested in playing, or so far I've already pretty much been hearing a lot of people say, yeah, this would draw a lot of people in. This would be something that would at least get, you know, ones of tens of people playing it. Well, regardless, I'll start off with Battle Royale first, and I guess I'll be updating that. Alright, take care, I hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.